I do fucking do, man.
Okay.
I don't know.
Dry.
At this point, the officer seems to be doing her job right.
But I'm not going to lie to you about it.
Oh, no. I don't mean to put you in that any... Yep.
Yeah.
The video you've just witnessed showcases Officer Shutterly, a female officer who was discovered engaging in a kiss with a suspect instead of carrying out an arrest on January 1st, 2021. On that day, Officer Shutterly received a call to attend to a car collision in Gainesville, Florida, but upon arriving, the female officer had other plans.
I know, I'm sorry.
Initially, the officer instructs Mr. Gardner to return to his car and says that she will talk to him later, so he goes far away to his car, leaving the officer and the man alone. Meanwhile, Officer Shutterly and Mr. Barrick evidently share some familiarity and engage in conversation.
I do fucking do, man.
Okay.
I don't know what's trying to get
Okay. And you are Silver Car?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you want to go back over there, I'll come get your info in just a second.
All right, thank you.
The driver explained that he reached out for his lighter and accidentally slammed it into his car's backside. He basically confessed, to which the officer replied, "Cool." Then he corrects himself, and then the officer flips and says, "Yeah, not really."
The first thing the officer tells Mr. Gardner is to go back to his car. Meanwhile, Officer Shutterly and Mr. Barrick clearly seem to know each other from somewhere, and they start chatting together.
So,
Yeah, reached out for my lighter, slammed into his ass.
Here, the officer asks if he wants her to inform the other person that he has found the insurance, to which the man agrees and says, "That's fine." As of now, the officer appears to be carrying out her duties appropriately, but the situation is about to take a turn very shortly.
So, he mentioned you guys had talked about exchanging information, but he hadn't had his insurance pulled up.
Yeah.
We have a couple options with this. It's really cutting.
The officer instructs Mr. Gardner to distance himself due to his cigarette smell, a comment that might be considered impolite, especially coming from a police officer. Nonetheless, Mr. Gardner complies and moves away as requested. Now, you might think it's because of the smoke. Well, let's see how she treats the other guy, the ones who are in the wrong here.
Dry.
At this point, the officer seems to be doing her job right, but this is about to change.
So, a couple things. One, do you mind giving me like a couple feet? One, because I like personal space, and two, because cigarette smoke, it tears me up a little bit. Give me just, like I said, it'll probably take me about 15-20 minutes, and then I'll get that done for you, okay?
Upon returning to Scott Barrick's car, where he is smoking a cigarette, the officer refrains from expressing any dissatisfaction, indicating a clear conflict of interest. In fact, she goes as far as thanking him, highlighting a notable disparity in her treatment between the drunk driver and the individual who was hit, demonstrating a preference or bias.
Sorry, Birdie, he wants the report. You got your driver's license?
Absolutely.
I'm guessing the car's registered to you?
Yep.
Officer Shutterly informs Scott Barrick that he is exhibiting signs of intoxication, prompting her to detain Barrick while they await her supervisor.
But I'm not going to lie to you about it.
Oh, no. I don't mean to put you in that any... Yep.
Yeah. So, from now on, you know how it goes. You can't consume anything, okay? Because right now, you're being detained.
Later, during this interaction, Mr. Barrick inquired about the status of the officer's body camera, to which the officer replied that she would keep recording because of integrity.
Are you on?
Yes. Yes, I am. And I'm going to remain on
Fair enough.
because integrity.
After a few minutes of waiting, Officer Shutterly's supervisor arrives. While one might expect the supervisor to fulfill her job responsibilities, she instead takes actions contrary to that expectation. In this scenario, the man, rather than the officer, requests the DUI process as he doesn't want to put the officers in a difficult situation. However, despite the request, the process has not yet commenced.
She wants to do DUI? Do it. Not gonna put you in that spot, not gonna put her in that spot.
723.
It has become evident that the supervisor is corrupt. Instead of focusing on the suspect, she opts to inspect the victim, indicating a significant issue within the police system. Her choice to harass innocent individuals suggests an attempt to protect her friend, who seems to be a fellow police officer. This raises serious concerns about the integrity of law enforcement in this situation.
I'm going to check on these because they're bothering me. If that makes sense. I'm just... Are you just hanging out?
No.
Or picking them up? Or
I don't want the passengers not working.
in this car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In that car.
I'm just trying to wait and see what's going on. What's going on with the driver?
Okay, so you're seeing what's going on with the driver, and then he's going to do... What are you doing with the car?
That's what we're trying to wait on to see what he's going to do.
Okay.
Because we don't know.
Okay.
Okay, here they finally decide to do the DUI check, since the victims are there to see what's happening and start explaining the instructions according to the law. At this point, the officer requested that he accompany her to the station for a sobriety test, which includes providing a breath sample and performing sobriety exercises. It's evident that Mr. Barrick is intoxicated, leading the officer to make the decision to arrest him.
Direction. You may begin the test.
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Do you want to finish?
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
But then she has second thoughts about it. And then this happened.
Unless Guyton is able to break, I really would rather not take him up to DOJ and do it in their BTO room. Huh?
Here, everything became clear when Corporal Scott Barrick hugged and kissed Officer Shutterly. The nature of their relationship remains uncertain, whether it was romantic or a mistake, but the video provides evidence of Officer Shutterly and Corporal Scott Barrick kissing. The surprising aspect is that their supervisor witnessed the incident without intervening. Upon reaching the police station, the supervisor administered a breathalyzer test to Corporal Scott Barrick, revealing a significantly high blood alcohol content. Consequently, Corporal Scott was arrested and charged with DUI, requiring him to pay a $2,000 fine. When news of this incident spread widely, all 3 officers involved were terminated from their positions.